The 1972 Lincoln penny. This coin is especially interesting because it was struck in Philadelphia and, like many coins from that time, it doesn't have a mint mark. Now, you might be wondering, why does the mint mark even matter? That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. In most cases, the mint mark on a coin tells us where it was made. For example, the letter D represents the Denver Mint, and the letter S represents the San Francisco Mint. But in 1972, the Philadelphia Mint chose not to include a mint mark on the penny they struck. And this small detail is a big deal for collectors. The absence of the mint mark is part of what makes this particular penny so special. See, the Philadelphia Mint usually didn't mark their coins with a mint mark, so the absence itself wasn't an error, but it was definitely rare. Over the years, collectors have come to recognize that certain coins without mint marks, especially in specific years, are rarer than others, and rarity often leads to higher value. Now, here's where it gets even more exciting. A 1972 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is highly sought after by collectors. But it's not just the lack of the mint mark that makes it special. When it comes to the value of this penny, it's all about condition. If you happen to find a 1972 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're looking at a coin that could be worth upwards of $47,020. That's right, more than $47,000 for a penny. Imagine finding one of these in your spare change or coin jar. It's the kind of discovery that turns your world upside down. But how does such a small, seemingly insignificant coin rise to such incredible value? It's all about the rarity, the condition, and the demand among collectors. This penny wasn't made in a limited quantity, but the lack of a mint mark combined with high-quality examples still circulating from that year has made it one of the most valuable coins to find. The fact that most people overlook pennies every day just makes the find all the more astonishing. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins like these, and the value of rare coins can fluctuate depending on market trends and interest in specific series. But in general, a 1972 Lincoln penny in excellent condition is one that many would consider a gem in their collection. As a reminder, the key to determining the value of any rare coin lies in its condition. Coins that have been well preserved, showing minimal signs of wear and tear, will fetch the highest prices. So, if you're lucky enough to have a 1972 penny that's still in great shape, you could very well be sitting on a small fortune. It's crazy to think how something that costs just 1 cent can be worth over $47,000, but that's the magic of coin collecting. And who knows, maybe that jar of pennies you've been meaning to sort through has a hidden treasure waiting for you. So, the next time you come across a 1972 penny, make sure to take a closer look. Let's fast forward a bit to 1984, and here's another Lincoln penny that could be hiding a small fortune. This one is the 1984 D Lincoln penny. Now, this penny might seem pretty ordinary at first glance, but it's actually considered a hidden gem by collectors. What makes it so valuable? Well, it's all about a very distinct error that occurred during production. Some of the 1984 D pennies were struck with a double die, and no, that's not a typo. A double die is an error where the design on the coin is stamped more than once, causing the images and lettering to appear doubled. This can happen if the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the minting process, leading to a noticeable doubling of the features on the coin. When this happens, it's considered a significant error, and double die coins are highly prized by collectors. So, what does this mean for the 1984 D Lincoln penny? Well, these pennies are harder to find than regular ones, and those that have the double die error in mint condition can be worth a lot of money. We're talking anywhere from $45,000 to $91,000 for a well-preserved coin. Imagine the excitement if you were to find one of these in your pocket change. It's the kind of discovery that can completely change your perspective on how much value is hiding in your spare change. While not all 1984 D pennies are double die errors, the ones that are can fetch a pretty penny, pun intended, in the right market. Now, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare double die 1984 pennies? The easiest place to start is by checking for signs of doubling, especially on Lincoln's face and the letters around the edge of the coin. You'll notice that the features, like the details of Lincoln's cheek and the date, might appear to be slightly doubled or blurred, giving them a ghostly effect. It's especially noticeable when you look closely at the lettering of Liberty and In God We Trust and the date itself. But it's not just about spotting the error, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. If the penny is in mint, uncirculated condition, it's going to be worth a lot more than one that's been heavily worn or scratched. As with most collectible coins, high-quality examples are the most valuable, and coin collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. If you happen to find a 1984 D penny with that double die error, don't just toss it aside or assume it's nothing special. Take a closer look, and if you think you've got something rare, it could be worth having it appraised by a professional. After all, a well-preserved 1984 D double die penny could make you a lot more than just a few cents richer. So, keep your eyes peeled, because you never know what treasures you might come across in your spare change. Now, let's talk about the 1999 D Lincoln Memorial Cent. You might not think of this penny as one of the most famous coins, but believe it or not, this little coin can actually be worth quite a bit. In fact, if you happen to find one in excellent condition, it can fetch around $4,500. That's a huge increase from its original value of just 1 cent. So, what makes the 1999 D penny so special? The 1999 D Lincoln Memorial Cent was struck at the Denver Mint, just like other pennies with the D Mint mark. But it's the condition and rarity of certain 1999 D pennies that has pushed their value up. Most of these pennies are relatively easy to find, but the ones that are in top condition are much harder to come by, which is what makes them so valuable. You see, coin collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been well preserved and show little to no wear. When a penny is circulated in your pocket or purse, it gets scuffed, scratched, and worn down, which makes it less valuable. But in the case of the 1999 D penny, those that remain in mint, uncirculated condition are much rarer and more desirable to collectors. What does top condition look like for a 1999 D penny? For starters, the coin should have a sharp, clear design. Lincoln's image should be crisp, and the lettering, such as Liberty and In God We Trust, should be well defined without any wear or fading. The raised areas of the coin, such as the details of Lincoln's bust, should have little to no signs of damage. In essence, the coin should look like it just came off the press at the mint. Another factor that adds to the 1999 D penny's value is the overall demand for well-preserved, high-grade coins from the late 20th century. As coin collectors continue to focus on collecting coins from specific years or mint marks, the 1999 D penny has gained attention for its rarity in top condition. Even though the mint produced a large number of these coins, those that have been well preserved are few and far between. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1999 D pennies? The best thing to do is to examine the condition of the coin closely. If it's still in great shape, with sharp details and no visible wear, then you've got something that could be worth a significant amount. Keep in mind that the condition is key when it comes to determining the value of a coin, so if the 1999 D penny has been well kept, it could be worth up to $4,500. The 1999 D Lincoln Memorial Cent is a great example of how even modern pennies can become valuable treasures. It might not be as rare as some of the other coins we've discussed, but its value is a testament to the importance of condition in the world of coin collecting. So, the next time you go through your spare change, keep an eye out for a 1999 D penny in excellent condition. You could be holding onto a coin worth much more than its face value.